In this video, we're going to be reading and writing decimal numbers. So let's look at example 1. I'm going to be changing from word form to decimal form, and I'm going to be utilizing my place value charts here. And so for 258, I'm just going to represent that like normal. So I put a 2 in my hundreds place, a 5 in my tens place, and an 8 in my ones place. And then when you see the word and, that's going to represent a decimal point. And then the rest of it is 66 over 100, which is 66 hundredths. And so I'm going to put a 6 in my 10 spot and a 6 in my 100 spot. And that's going to be my answer in a decimal form, 258.66. So here we have 6/10ths. So I'm going to put my 6 in my 10 spot, and then I am actually going to put a 0 in my 1 spot. That's more proper. You don't always have to have it. It can just be 0.6, but it's much nicer to be 0.6, and that would be my answer. This one's a little trickier. For example 3, it's 96 thousandths. So I want to locate where the thousandths place is on my place value chart, and then I'm going to put my 9 in my 100 spot and then my 6 in my 1000 spot. So that actually is going to be representing my 96 thousandths. However, I need zeros for placeholders. So I'm going to put a 0 in the 10th spot, and then I'm going to put a 0 in my 1 spot. So my final answer is going to be 0.096. So let's look at example 4, 850 and 3/10ths. So I'm going to put an 8 for my 100 spot, and a 5 in my 10 spot, and a 0 in my 1 spot. And then since I do have an and, I'm going to have my decimal point, and then it's 3/10ths, so I'm just going to put a 3 in my 10 spot. So my answer is going to be 850.3. Okay, my last example 5, I have 68 and 5 hundredths. So I'm going to put my 6 in my 10 spot and 8 in my 1 spot. And since I do have an and in my word form, I'm going to have a decimal point. And then my next step is to locate the hundredths place, and I'm going to put a 5 there. So I do need a placeholder 0 in my 10 spot. And so my final answer is going to be 68.05.